That's probably the best thing of this experience is the people, this family that we've created here. Like I'm so happy to work with the people that I work with on a daily basis, and that we are working together towards this bigger goal. I think that's the difference between this and any other job that I've ever had, is that you feel like a number on a piece of paper in most employment situations, and here, like I said, I feel like a part of a family.
Welcome to the Stage 1 podcast, Stoop to Store, Legacy to Legal. Trying to bring this thing in. Got a couple of our Budtenders here. I'd like to introduce my main man, JLRX.
Buddha.
What up?
Yes, we in the building. Thank you, Merc, making all this possible. You already know.
No
Big
doubt.
boss man in the building.
And my man, Scotty Knox.
Scotty Knox.
What's up, y'all?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
we here.
man. We here, definitely in the building.
Shout out to Heirloom.
And their Honey Crisp apple cider, because they grow. We were just talking earlier. Jay was asking, do they grow weed? I was like, nah, they grow apples. That's what makes their apple crisp cider so smack.
So delicious.
Yeah,
And
but
organic.
they process
We
some
literally
of the
all
best
drink
stuff.
it. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think there's one person at the dispensary that doesn't drink these on their off time all the
I
time.
had
It
two
was the
today.
lemonades first,
Yeah.
and then
Lemonade was my first one.
No.
yeah.
But the weed water, too.
Right, yeah.
The
definitely.
Pineapple Express weed
Chris
waters.
started that way. Shout out to
Mhm,
Chris.
yeah,
out,
big
Chris.
facts. Chris, the connoisseur.
Yeah, he definitely gets all the swag from weed water. He has t-shirts none of us have and shit because he drinks so much weed water.
And that's a fact.
He's on the list.
He is on the list.
Shout out to the gelatos too, though. Like we all talk about the Pineapple Express, but I like the gelatos. I feel like
gelato
they're
weed water
overlooked.
is- I mean, they're all pretty delicious. They're all pretty delicious.
Definitely.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about just product in general. What do you guys find that the customers are on the most? Like what do people buy the most out of the categories that we have? So let's break it down. We got flour. We got in that flour category, we got eighths and pre-rolls.
Sure.
We got some ounces. But let's just break it down. Flour. We got drinks. We have other edibles like gummies,
chocolates, chocolate-covered coffee beans,
and we got
drinks.
And then we got vapes, and there's a bunch of different vapables. We can cover all the different bullshit about that later. But what do you guys think the most people? And then concentrates. That's right.
Totally.
And tinctures.
Yeah.
But what's
tinctures,
what are the customers on the most?
Sure. I would say as far as the vapes, I definitely think it's the all-in-ones. I see a lot of people coming in for the all-in-ones, and not to say that people don't come in for the carts, but I just feel like they're so convenient and they're easy, and a lot of people just want to, we get a lot of new people too, I'd say,
yeah.
so they want it to be simple. And
So
Speaking more in general,
so they don't even care what's
sells
in the
more?
all-in-one, whether it's distillate or
they care to the extent of indica sativa, but the new customers aren't really as worried about, they won't jump for rosin as a seasoned vape connoisseur or even someone who knows a little bit about it, who knows what rosin is. Their ears perk up, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But the new people, they're not as knowledgeable yet about those
things. Are
things.
brand new to
Yes.
a lot of our customers.
Totally.
It's true.
That's one of the part of the job that I love the most is
Me too.
being able to teach them and
And educate them.
on
Right.
what these things are and why this is special. And,
Definitely.
So would you say vapes are what you find most people are coming in for, or would you say?
I would say that's what most people are coming in for, and that know what that I don't even have to do any type of work. They come in, they know what they want, they order it, they leave. They're like, I want a disposable. So then I can show them the disposable. I could even show them some less expensive carts or some stuff that might be better, or make a suggestion or something, and they'll just be like, no, I just want this I want to be able to take it out the package, use it, and then throw it away.
Well, Scotty, what do you think? What are your most of the customers you're dealing with?
Flour's still the number one thing
number
we
one.
sell. Flour and pre-rolls, without a doubt. They still got vapes. We sell a lot of gummies, though. We sell a whole lot of gummies.
Totally.
So I'm here, and we're selling a lot of vapes. We're selling a lot of flour. We sell a lot of gummies. I would say, in general, we also sell mad drinks. So we just sell just like a lot
pretty
of
much of
weed.
anything. Yeah, like all the good stuff.
What I want to see catch on more is the topicals, though.
Yeah. No, the topicals are great. We've had some really, like I think some of our like best customer kind of like moments where they've come back and told us how much cannabis has changed their lives have been from topicals.
Totally.
Like, people who had like MS and came in and were like, I don't know, I've heard topicals are cool. What do you think? We're like, yeah, try this one. This one's, people like it. And they come back like, yo, I haven't walked in years.
Right. You're talking about Chris's story.
Yeah.
Chris has a crazy testimony with one of his
I've seen
customers.
it with my own eyes, not just like we all saw this guy.
Yeah,
What I mean?
totally.
He's come back multiple times.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, so topicals are definitely something I want people to come in and grab because it really makes a huge difficult.
So speaking of topicals, I got one right here. We'll give you a little breakdown.
Can we explain what topicals?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Like you said.
So what this is basically a balm that you're gonna put on your skin. You can apply it directly, and instead of it going through your bloodstream, such as with the smoke or with any of the other forms that you ingest it, gummies and all that, this is gonna go straight through your skin, and it's gonna go into your muscles or the joints or whatever it is that's bothering you.
The cannabinoid receptors in your, because a lot of people don't know this, but your entire body, every cell in your body has cannabinoid receptors. So
Exactly.
So whether you ingest it through smoking it, that's why you can take it through vape, or you can eat it, ingest it through a drink or through an edible, and you still feel it. But also you can put it on as a topical. It's not going to get you high, but those cannabinoid receptors, which have evolved along with the plant for millions of years, are like there, hundreds of thousands of years are there, and continue on, Jay.
Sure. Well, they essentially, like I said, they're going to go into the muscles and the joints, that whatever it is that's causing you the pain, they'll have a more direct route to access them, as opposed to having to go through your entire bloodstream and your digestive system, etc.
Yeah. So there's really the cannabis plant is wondrous in many different ways.
Totally. I actually bought this one today because I have a lot of people around me that have different types of pain, and because of those testimonies, I wanted to be able to see firsthand what it's going to do. So I bought this specifically for my father because he has some issues with his back, and right now I can actually tell, like just by looking at him walking around, that it's bothering him. So I was like, let me try to see if this will help. You know what I mean? So I'll get this, and then we'll come back and see.
Thoughtful people on the planet.
I appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
That is a symptom of cannabis, by the way.
Totally.
Another symptom of cannabis is, man, you like gain empathy for those around you and love. And,
and it is one of the criteria of being a Buddha boy. All my friends, I have a lot of Buddha boy friends, and if you want to be a Buddha boy, you have to be thoughtful. You have to be grateful. You have to show love, and you gotta pay it forward. You don't have to smoke weed. You just gotta have peace.
We were talking about this earlier. Patience, right?
Patience,
and
totally.
How patience is a big part of this job.
Totally.
The job that you guys have out there dealing with customer facing. It's not always easy, right? Because a lot of times, you guys are getting the people before they smoke their weed.
Right.
You guys want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So there's definitely the people who, not even about the weed, they'll come in totally intoxicated on something else, and then we have to deal with that and kind of redirect them, and also still treat them like a human being, you know what I mean, and not be like, hey, you're acting XYZ, but we gotta be fair with everybody and give everybody that space. But then there's certain people that just come in and try to cross certain lines, and that's why we have security, because when it gets to that point, we just say, hey, security, come handle this situation. But luckily it hasn't had to come to that.
No. Our security in general is mostly there to just tell people hi and show them where to ask them what they're here for. Are you here for a
Correct.
pickup? Oh, cool, you go to this person right here. Are you here for to shop around? Awesome. We got these guys over here.
No cash at the moment.
No cash. No cards at the moment. We have an ATM right here, all cash.
And luckily, we have the happiest, most smilingest security guards. Like, they're all always in a good mood. I really love our team. They keep us in a good mood. Seriously.
I love
everyone.
The
squad is great.
Totally.
It's a great place to work. The vibe is crazy.
It really is.
Yeah, cannabis, right? We're like out here selling legal cannabis, and we know what it is, and we're setting the tone. We're building a culture, right? So there isn't a Budtender culture in New York yet. There's
Correct.
a Budtender culture in other states because it's evolved or whatever.
It's been around.
And it's been around. It's legal, but there isn't that in New York, and we all know New York does shit differently. You know, so. How does it feel to kind of be a part of shaping Budtender culture? You guys have been to events, you're going to farms where other Budtenders are at, you're mingling, you're co-mingling with
Right.
other dispensary people. So how does it feel to like be a part of building this new fresh culture?
It's dope, you know, because you know, I've been part of the culture for a long time now, so it's like, I don't know, just being here on the ground floor, it's like, oh, this feels like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, it's people like me and you. This is who should be building the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Totally.
That's a big problem with the MSOs too, but
Right.
we're not going to get into that right now.
We could. Let's air it out, man. What's happening
Sure.
with MSOs is kind of crazy. Like, we're here. We were promised, you know, this was going to be fair for everyone, and this was going to be a part of paying back, you know, for the years of the war on drugs that really negatively affected specific communities in this country and in the state and New York State right now, and the state's trying to make it right, and they're going to do these things, and you know, we as you know, we are literally one of the very few dispensaries that is actually going to be able to take advantage of that here at Stage 1.
Yeah.
We are actually, we were able to get open. We had to do it with our own money. You know, we weren't given the money that they said they were going to give us, and had we waited for the money, we wouldn't be open.
Right.
So we did have to bootstrap it, but we're here. So I am grateful for the opportunity to allow us to bootstrap it and get us here, and we did as a team, and we're doing great. But there are so many other people that are not in the position, that weren't fortunate enough to get themselves here, or they were in different like geographic locations that would never even allow them to do what we were able to do here. Where here in Rensselaer, New York, it's a lot different than if you got your license in Midtown Manhattan,
Right.
or you got your license in Brooklyn, where there was
Sure.
an injunction before the injunction. You know what I'm
Paying that
saying?
rent every month when you're not making a dime.
Exactly, paying that rent every month when they're and
Feel
your
bad
when
for
your
them.
license isn't even approved yet, you know, and then they're gonna let the MSOs come in, which is kind of grimy. So that's not like, you know, we will break it down and not talking all acronyms, because that is something that the cannabis industry. I think.
Let's say what an MSO
Yeah, an
is.
MSO is a multi-state operator, is what MSO stands for. And then there's also the ROs, which are registered organizations. And these are the companies coming from outside of New York State who have operations elsewhere. And most of them are representative of the medical dispensaries in New York right now, and they're the closest. They're the people that are going to get to open recs first, that have millions of dollars behind them, and aren't like the New York people who were negatively affected by the prohibition of marijuana. That originally got licenses, exactly. So those people are really going to have to fight even harder and claw even harder against the current that's going to be brought in by this wave of MSOs and ROs. So, but Jay, how do you feel about being a part of building the culture?
Oh my goodness, it's the most amazing thing that I've ever felt in my life. It's kind of vindicated the fact of my whole life I've been having to defend my weed smoking. And now I'm an adult, and it's my actual 9-to-5 full-time, well-paying job, which is in turn a career. There are many ways that I can advance into this career, and I've seen that from going to these events that you've explained, going to the farms, going to Budtender parties, even throughout the training itself. And I've loved learning all of this new information, because if you would have came to me 3 months ago, I might have confused indica and sativa, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
But now, man, I be spitting out this information, and I be surprising myself. Thank you, man. But that's because you guys placed it in front of me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You led me in the right direction, and you told me what I'm gonna need to know, and then I was like, okay, let's do this now. I smoked some weed, and I honed in on it. So it feels great to be able to be in these spaces. Not to mention, the perks are lovely. You know, lots of samples and lots of you meet a lot of really cool people. That's probably the best thing of this experience is the people, this family that we've created here. Like I'm so happy to work with the people that I work with on a daily basis, and that we are working together towards this bigger goal. I think that's the difference between this and any other job that I've ever had, is that you feel like a number on a piece of paper in most employment situations, and here, like I said, I feel like a part of a family.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
definitely got that vibe going here.
Totally.
You know, it's like,
and I think that's that's the culture that we want to create,
Right.
So it's like, as a dispensary owner, we have gone into this with this intention. You know, my shout out to Nate, Galena, and Suhei, the other owners who we, you know, when we decided to put this thing together and we talked about the staff we wanted to hire and how we wanted to go about it, the goal was to like put together a group of people who all love the plant, were going to be like, it's intentionally diverse of like from age range to culturally diverse, like sexual orientation, you know, racially, everything. It's like a huge melting pot, and it's very representative of cannabis culture.
Totally.
And I think it's like bringing a bunch of potheads together to like work and who love the cannabis plant, and then so that we set that intention, you know, and it's proven to work out. We have a really great team. You guys are all amazing, and
thank you.
Yeah, and you're doing such a great job, and I think we're killing. The store is killing it. We're growing. We're going to be opening more locations, and it's just it's just wonderful to be able to see this vision come to life and have you guys like carrying that torch and being a part of like building this culture, because I think we're fucking so cool. Each and every one of you motherfuckers are so cool.
You too,
know what I'm saying?
man. Totally.
Like, it's just representing. We're like representing heavy. It's great. Cool. So let's talk a little bit about music.
That's perfect. See, it's funny you say that, because what I was just thinking in my head, but I didn't want to like change the subject. But until you did, it felt so good today to be able to play Tromatic in the store.
Yeah,
I played it at the end of the night.
That was what I was gonna ask. Like, how imperative is it to be able to just play music in the store and to be able to just control it? Like y'all, like whoever is the controller of the remote, controls the playlist and shit.
Like, everyone always commenting on the music. I mean, some might not like what's playing. And
At the moment,
most
but
people are like, yo,
it's
immaculate.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying. So
Totally.
It creates the vibe.
Yes.
Sometimes you might, you hear everything in there.
Yeah.
You know, Michael Jackson. It might be Mobb Deep. It might be Lil Uzi Vert.
Right. It might be Queen Herbie. Like it might be some different.
One of us in the store's music.
Right. Yeah.
Half of us make music.
Half of us make music. Yeah. I can't tell you. The other day I walked in and Will was like playing like the Merc playlist.
Okay.
Like,
yes.
It just kept playing. I was like, yo, stop.
Yeah.
What? I was just like.
Avery played us him rapping when he was like.
When he was like 10 years old. Yeah.
Oh, I need to hear that. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I got to.
Yeah. So and Avery's one of our inventory staff. He's like 21 now. So like but I've known him since he was a kid. So back in the day. And like I just want to put that out there, like, you know, kid, I've known him since he was a kid. We hired him. He's 21. You know what I'm saying? Scott. I know Scott because Scott was a student of mine at a school that I taught at, and he's just a fucking dope dude. So like when this dispensary was opening, and I know he knows so much about weed, I was like, he was like, yo, I'm in. And then and now we're here. And Jay is is an artist that I was working with, but became one of my best friends through working together musically. But that's like who we're surrounding ourselves with.
Totally.
And I also think that that's a big part of what makes it what it is too.
Right.
You know, there's
sure.
like so much like already love and admiration for one another that we all want to see each other succeed. And we all know that the success relies on each one of us, and we're all going to be more successful as we get more successful. And it's like, I don't know, it's just like real fun. It's cool as fuck.
It's ironic that you put a bunch of potheads in the room to be productive.
Yeah. Well,
but you did it. We did it.
It ain't
you
even
know?
ironic because we all smoke sativa.
Yeah, that's right.
Not me.
You're right.
No, you're
Indica all day.
But that was kind of.
Sativas too. Though. I'm not. I don't know.
No, I smoke weed.
But to bring it back to what we were saying before, that's why it felt so good. Like how you said when we first started working together almost 10 years ago, that was Tromatic.
Yeah, Tromatic.
So it felt really like full circle to play that here.
That was the first thing that we worked on.
The first thing, that first project we ever did.
And that was when I was like, yo, this kid is crazy. Like, who thinks of that? And then and it was like at that point I was just recording. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but it's just a lot of people bringing YouTube beats. So it was like kind of refreshing for Jay to be like, yo, I got this idea. I want to take Michael Jackson, Thriller, and Nas, Illmatic, and mash them up.
Tromatic.
And call it Tromatic. But then it wasn't like we were taking the songs themselves and mashing them up, and like DJs would. It was like we were taking the samples from some Nas shit.
So we would take the samples from the Nas shit, and then the ironic part where I got the idea from is that Nas sampled Tromatic Nas sampled Thriller on Illmatic. He sampled Human Nature on It Ain't Hard to Tell. I went to the show, I think it was 25th anniversary of Illmatic, and on stage he was performing it, and then they did the Human Nature, and then I was like,
that at Proctor's?
Yes, it was at Proctor's. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I was there.
We had
the documentary first.
Yes,
and then
exactly. Yes.
So you guys were both.
We were both there, but didn't know each other. And we didn't even know that.
We went to the concert the other night together. He knew a bunch of the people.
Yeah.
I knew from that scene.
He knows one of my family friends that like I grew up with. That's like an uncle to me. He's like knows him like. It's wild. 7 degrees of separation.
Yeah, 6 degrees.
Well, 7. I'm high, so I forgot.
7 I got one.
Oh yeah, but that's the high shit.
That's the high shit. Yeah.
But and it's cool too because this place has also inspired me to start writing again. I've been kind of having a little writer's block now, but I've been running through them.
It's ironic because it's kept me from being able to write, for having the time to do anything like that. But I think now I'm gonna have I don't know. I think I'm gonna have more time, but in reality, if we're gonna open up more stores, I'm not gonna have any.
But you know what's the beauty of that is I can't wait to hear you rap about that.
About that.
Everything that you just said.
Talk about I got a vault in my vault.
You know what I'm saying? Come on,
that's a fucking bar right there. And the shit is real.
Word.
I got a motherfucking vault in my vault. It's the most rap shit ever.
What? Come on, baby. Stop playing with me.
Crazy. Oh, man. It's funny. When I was moving the vault into the vault, all I kept thinking about was like, I'm such a fucking rapper right now. This is the most rap shit I've ever done.
That ass.
I definitely have to put the shit in a bar.
That's how you know you a rapper, when you live life and shit just makes you go, that's a bar.
That's a bar. That's a bar. That's some rap shit. Oh, man. Hilarious.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Stage 1.
Stage 1.
It's been a good 3 months.
It really has. Yeah. Life changing for me.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
For everybody.
For everybody,
yeah,
definitely.
Totally. And shout out to the customers. Just want to say that because we have a lot of really loyal, cool, unique,
And where do those customers pull up to?
Stage 1 dispensary,
Stage 1
baby.
dispensary. Where is that?
That is on 880 Broadway.
That's 810. 810.
I'll be
Broadway.
high, Jack.
Damn,
7 degrees of separation, baby, between me and the truth. Come on, son. Yeah, it's not for the. I'm just here to look pretty and say Buddha. You feel me?
810 Broadway. Rensselaer.
Exactly.
810 Broadway, Rensselaer, right by the train station. You know what I'm saying? Pull up. We're stage1dispensary.com. Check out the menu. You know,
Definitely.
speaking of the menu, check out Jay got a video. For the
Okay,
menu
that's a
coming,
fact.
you know.
Yeah.
Our menu, all taxes are included in the price.
That's true. All
is a
taxes
fact.
are included in the price on our menu. So when you see that, don't think we're adding tax to that price. That price includes tax. So that's out the
Right.
door.
We're all stoners. Who wants to do extra math?
Right? Nobody wants to do that extra math.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? So we're not expensive, actually. We got literal $20 eighths.
$20 ace,
We got-
$7 pre
We got
rolls.
$7 pre-rolls. We have $63 eighths too, but
they fire, though.
Their shit is
They
shit
fire.
is the gas.
Pay to play, you know?
Yeah,
And even
exactly.
in Cali, like the top brands are still going for 50 plus an eighth, like in the dispensaries. The top brands are
And we're we're like less than a year into this legal market in New York State, so I think we're doing pretty good.
And we got a very
I
wide
think we're doing
selection.
pretty good, and we got some real. All right, so let's talk a little bit about flour, right?
Sure.
So let's talk about what's the difference between a $20 eighth and a $63 eighth. Like, so we have like a wide spectrum, right? So what and everything in between. So Scotty, what makes a difference between?
The main things I'm gonna say. Number one is terps, smell and taste. And terps have a lot more to do. It's not just the smell and taste. A lot of people think it's just the smell and taste. Terps have a lot to do with the effects and your buzz in general.
What are terps, my friend?
Terpenes are literally.
I know.
what
I'm
gives
just
your-
saying for the people.
For the
just
people.
kinda explain
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
It's what it's what gives your weed smell and taste. And
They're volatile organic compounds.
yes, exactly.
So when they're if you look really close at your weed with like a microscope, you see these little balls, right? And what are those called, Scott? The little
Trichomes?
balls, the trichomes, and then they're attached to this little stalk that attaches to the leaf, and then and if you have really good healthy plant and a real good healthy bud, those trichomes are nice, they're intact, they stand at attention, and they're filled
Almost look
with
like little water drops.
yeah, they look like little
You
water
see 'em really
drops.
close
Okay.
up,
Yeah, they
almost
do.
look like little drops of
And
water
those and
on
those
really
little balls
good
at the end of the stalk, they have like oils in them, and that's like what gets you. It's like what has the THC in it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's how actually, if you like make hash out of keef, as you press it all together and it's mixes the oils up. But those basically the trichomes have most of those terpenes in them and have.
Nice. Thank you. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you explaining that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terpenes.
Terpenes.
But
Perfect.
anyways, the terpenes are going to be a big difference in those price ranges.
Right.
And bud structure, that's a big thing too. And how well it's cured. You want good texture. Everything's going to be different about it. The texture, the smell, the taste, the effects.
Right.
A lot
Do you
of
think
people-
whether it's grown indoors or greenhouse? Because right now we're not doing any official indoor grows in New York State, but greenhouse, light depth versus outdoor. Do you see a big difference?
Yeah, I do. New York doesn't really have those conditions to get, the outdoor you really want to get. Like you
Yeah.
can get on the West Coast,
Yeah.
You can get some West Coast outdoor that's as good as any indoor,
Yeah.
But
It's much drier, right, out west. So it has a lot to do with the moisture content,
Oh,
right,
yeah,
and the
without a
humidity in the Northeast. That,
Okay.
yeah, that's what creates the mold problem.
The
for
mold
us, too.
problem, right. So growing stuff outdoors in New York is it's a challenge. It can be done. It is done. A lot of people do it and do it well. They have, they're working with live soil. They're working with, but it definitely does affect the overall terps. I think, what's required to like go hard at an outdoor grow. At least that's my opinion. Is how what's been affected the most.
Sure.
And the THC percentages seem to be a little bit lower with outdoor New York grows. So we're seeing but THC, right? Let's talk about THC.
that.
Let's talk about
I was about to get
THC
on that right
percentages.
before that.
Yeah. So like,
That was
we see a lot of shoppers that that seem to care a lot about THC percentage.
It's understandable. It's
It
understandable.
is.
Totally.
It is.
I remember when I first started going to dispensaries out west, when I first started going to them, that's how I shopped. I was like, oh, this is going to be the better bang for my buck because I'm getting more THC in this bud. You know,
Right.
It seems logical. You know,
Right, it
it's
does.
understandable to feel this way and
Right.
think
Yeah, it
this
is.
way. But I'll tell you what, some of the highest times of my life are on some like 14% haze or some, some
Right.
sour diesel that was 15%.
Right, exactly,
The
exactly.
strains weren't clocking high at all. Like,
No.
just like that, the haze we got right now in the dispensary, the PIF from
Ithaca Organics.
Yeah. It's real haze. Like I've been,
It is.
I've been chasing haze and sour for years. Like a lot of New Yorkers have, and
Yeah.
it's real. It's
It
a real
is.
deal, and it's only
definitely
20%. And
But
Gets
that
me
shit gets
fucking
you
baked.
big.
Like,
Yeah,
really,
bro.
really,
Oh,
for
we
real.
was lit
That was
today
like
after
a
that.
PIF, like,
Yeah.
earlier today, me and him, we partook, and it was only a half a joint.
It was a baby. It wasn't even a whole thing.
yeah, and we were like, damn.
Roasty. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, so
We don't ever say that.
No, it was different. It was
no.
different.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
it was.
they're- and so low THC percentage. I mean, we got those that peyote cookies pre-roll. It's like 10%.
Okay.
It's like $6. 1 gram.
Fire.
Bet you can't smoke the whole thing. 10%. Bet you can't smoke the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? It's pretty. It. I don't give a fuck. A THC percentage means nothing. I mean, it doesn't mean nothing to me, but it means it really like it's the Entourage Effect is a real thing. They're doing
Totally.
studies on it. It's nice that what a lot of people don't realize about like what's so important about legalizing cannabis federally is like the studies can be done. Then they're not really doing they're not really conducting real studies about the plant. It's
Right.
really all of it's citizen science, and it's a lot of like states doing it right now. You're just now getting Cornell Cooperative Extension to start really taking that shit seriously.
Okay.
They have a whole program around it, and now colleges are starting to develop programs around it. But like,
Nice.
that didn't happen before the legalization effort. Nobody was doing it on that, on that scientific level.
People were afraid to do it.
Right.
Lose funding in other things they're working on and whatnot. Oh, you're
If they
dealing with
pushed
marijuana,
that,
like, oh,
right,
you're dealing
exactly.
with drugs.
Yeah,
you
no,
don't
I
want to touch it.
Exactly.
You know,
So it's like super important to actually get the people to take it seriously enough to say, oh yeah, well, maybe we should do some studies on terpenes and what the effects of the minor cannabinoids are in concert with THCA.
Right.
I mean, anyone who smoked a pure distillate cart knows that you get a different high from that than from
Right.
smoking flower
Right.
or some full spec shit. You just do.
I always feel like something's missing. Personally.
Yeah,
Me too.
Me
Totally.
too. It's like
For
you
sure.
get this
Sometimes
kind of thing, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm kind of high, but I'm not really fucking as high as like normal.
Right. For
And that's
sure.
why you just rip it all day.
All day.
Fucking-
Yeah, I remember the first time I tried pure THCA diamonds, and I didn't get as fucking high as I thought I would. You know,
Right,
It's like
right.
98%, 99%. I thought it was
Right.
gonna be like I've never been this high in my life, and I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's missing everything.
It's missing
Right,
all
yeah.
of the other terpenes, which and all the other minor cannabinoids that really color the high.
The
It's like-
effects of it,
yeah,
the psychoactiveness of it, I feel.
exactly. I like to say that like THCA is like the background of the picture, like the details are in
Okay. And the other
and the other
cannabinoids.
cannabinoids
I like that.
and then that. So like it's like almost like you see Bob Ross just doing like the trees, but he didn't
Right.
put the snow on them shits yet. You know what I'm
I
saying?
see that. I like
You know,
that.
he didn't-
It's a
he
good
didn't
analogy.
Put the water in there, but he didn't do the little waves and ripples.
Yeah,
yet,
yeah.
So it's just kind of half. It's like
Almost
more,
there.
It's more impressionist,
Yeah,
less.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
I like to use an analogy that's like if you're gonna go and get a beef stew, you're not gonna get a beef stew that's 99% beef. You're gonna want it to have some vegetables, some
Right.
broth, some seasonings. You know what I mean? You want to have all of that good stuff in there. So
Yeah.
don't want to just
All
focus
that.
too much on the one thing.
Right, for sure. So we definitely, I think a big mission of ours as a dispensary too, I think the whole staff agrees, is to like try to teach the public about the Entourage Effect, and that THC percentage isn't the be all end all. Even though we sell the most like high THC shit, so we're like, it's slow motion, but we definitely want to like spread the gospel that it's more, you know,
it's beneficial for everyone.
I mean, I just say like take like a fucking BHO, like a good like full spec cart, a rosin or a resin that's like bomb, that has everything left in it, like over a distillate cart, and just the difference is it's a different high.
Right.
Yeah,
Some people like the distillate.
it's night and day.
You know, yeah, it is.
To me, it is at least.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm so big on terps and taste. That's what
Man, the
I'm here
MFNY.
for. That's what used to kill me about everyone would always shout out 80K Hemp Co.
Shout out 80K.
I'll say it. I think they're growing the best weed in the state.
They are
right now in the
legal market,
without a doubt.
Yeah,
And
no
they're
doubt.
killing it. And they have a strain called Sherb Cake, and it would clock under 20%. So like people would tend to stay away from it. And it's the best strain. It's
I know.
so
And
good.
the terps
It
in
is.
that, yo, man, the terps and the Sherb cake.
It really is real
really
nice.
banging.
For
I
sure.
believe it's Sunset Sherbet and Wedding Cake Cross. It's a great strain, and you can smell both strains in it so separately. I love when you can really smell the parents of each. You know, each of
Totally.
the strains
Where
that
it
are
comes
in it. Like,
from.
You can smell them and taste them pop out. You know, like.
Shout out to
It's really
MFNY, whose new live resin carts
So good.
taste more like weed than weed. Like it
That's
tastes
a
more
fact,
like
though.
flower than flower. Bro.
They
They're
are
so
delicious.
good.
Yeah.
It's like
It's crazy. It's
got
a new
the-
It's
experience.
the best cartridge I ever had. And
yeah.
I've had a lot from different states and different places.
No, it's a fact. I gotta
So
agree.
good.
so we got the
good.
best. I think I agree that those are the best carts right now. They had I loved their live rosin. Wasn't a fan of the hardware necessarily, but the rosin itself was super bomb.
Totally.
They got right now, I like the hardware that the resin comes in. They got the ceramic carts with the hemp plastic tips that really they burn really
Yeah, they're great.
evenly. It's like no, yeah, me too. I think I have that in my pocket too. No, like
I ain't lying.
There you
I'm
go.
Flying, I'm flying.
There you go.
no, like harshness or burn in the throat like some carts have. Like just totally smooth, totally like, great. So we like 80K flour. We like
Flower
House
is
killing
Bring
it.
the sour diesel to market. They're working with AJ, like
Himself.
one of the originators of sour diesel. To,
Yeah.
You know, bring the real cut back
Right.
to New York.
The
'Cause
classic.
If anyone knows that smoked real sour, it's been years since it's really been around like that.
The
Like,
real
I heard
sour,
it's in you know in the trenches and in the little corners of
Yeah,
it's hidden.
yeah.
It's
It's
hidden.
hidden. It's
Like,
hidden.
you gotta
Right.
really know somebody to get some sour and where it is
The
to
real
bringing
sour.
it back, and that's really cool.
Yeah,
that they're
so
bringing that
so
back.
that was one of the things early on when I was asked about what I was most excited about New York being involved in legal cannabis and what I thought was like going to be the most exciting part about it, and I was like, definitely the strains, the New York strains coming back. Like what we're gonna do as like, first of all, New Yorkers are so scrappy and we always have to like do shit better because I don't know, in order to make it in New York, you have to do shit better. You just have to. So no matter what happens, because the consumer here is so fucking picky and such an asshole, like you have to do it better in New York or you're just gonna get shitted on and hated on. So
Well, it's
like,
because New York is better.
but that's why. No, but that's. But look, here's the thing, though. But here's the funniest part about it: the MFNY guys, right? And I'm gonna have these guys on so they could talk. They could talk about it. I want to have them on the podcast so they could talk about it. But like, the guys that are working at MFNY that are killing it, that are making the best oil that any of us have ever tried, and that's like. We've had oil from California, we've had oil from Colorado, we've had oil from fucking Maine, we've had oil from New York, or black market, whatever. We've had the legal right now. Best cartridge. Okay, sorry. Best cartridge you've ever had.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, best cartridge. But the best cartridge that we've ever had is in New York, right? And it's because they're doing this whatever process they're doing because they have to come correct, dude.
Right.
In New York.
Yeah, for sure.
They have to. Everybody's doing the thing that they're doing, and the people that do the thing better than the thing that everybody else is doing are gonna rise to the top. And that's why they have to do it the best, because in New York, everybody else is operating at such a high level already, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put anybody else's shit down, because all the shit is so good.
MSOs coming in because they got such a head start, and it's gonna really be a disadvantage for a lot of the New York cultivators, big time.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the reason why they have a head start is because they have indoor grow facilities. Yeah. But I have from. Like, all right, I'll talk from what Ryan says. They're fucking the grows that they're doing. They need to like fire their grow staff and hire all new people, though.
Well, it's the Walmart of weed.
Right.
Let's be real here.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's great value weed.
Great value weed. Right.
You know.
So we'll be fine because we're growing craft cannabis. These guys got the piff back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got the sour
micro
coming
business back. The micro businesses are coming in the market. That's where, you know. Gonna be a lot of good stuff coming. You know?
So that's another thing that the consumer should watch out for. I think is where you're gonna buy your weed. You know what I mean? Like, you want to support. There's a couple of classes of dispensaries, right? That you're gonna be able to support. You're gonna be able to support the Walmarts of weed that have these big like warehouses that they're growing all this indoor weed in, and you're going to hear that's all this indoor weed. But the thing is that they don't really give a fuck about it, and it's got powdery mildew, and they're running it through these remediation machines at the end. And yeah, sure, it's grown indoors, but it's not good weed. And then you have these farmers that are killing themselves, literally, to grow the best weed that they can for you in the like conditions that are like that New York has like pushed this wall that they've pushed New Yorkers up against. Then the growers and the farmers, like, oh, you have to grow it like this, like not like they're letting the MSOs who are doing it in a sloppy, terrible way. And these guys are really, and women are trying their hardest, and they're doing they're growing. Some of them are growing some really good weed. And we found that weed, by the way. I want to say we've looked long and hard, and we found some really great,
definitely
New York grown weed by like New York farmers who have like love cannabis and treat the plant with love and respect, and we are a homegrown like family business, right? And we're a small business, and we're local. So like, you know, consumers are going to have a choice of where they're going to want to shop in the future. Are you going to want to shop at the Walmart of weed, and maybe, or are you going to come and shop with the small family-owned business?
Yeah.
Supporting the family-owned farmers.
They can't replicate the vibe. That's
Definitely never.
Sure.
They'll never replicate the vibe.
Not.
No, because they're going to treat their employees like Walmart.
Right.
You know?
Definitely.
We'll never do that.
They definitely ain't gonna love them like y'all love us.
Hell no.
There's no way.
Nope.
There's no way.
Nope. So that's, you know, and then that love gets passed along to our customers.
For sure.
And our customers feel that shit.
Yes.
And the number of times that and our vendors feel that shit, because the number of times that people tell me they like feel they're compelled to pull me aside and tell me like, yo, whatever you're doing with your staff, keep fucking doing it, because they're great. Like,
That's what's up.
And that is like happens all the time. Like,
it was so curated, you know.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Definitely a curated staff.
Yeah.
And it's and it shows, and everybody's fucking awesome. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
And thank y'all.
Thank y'all for real. Word.
Shout out to Rap Dills.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Buddha. The homie.
And the network.
Yes.
We're gonna be doing this segment on every episode that's called the Pod Pick. So like, and that came from a thought of like, what are we like? I just had Ashley, shout out to Ashley, do the staff picks today. So she ran around and got all the staff picks. I got to update the website because like literally like we put the staff picks on the website before we had a staff type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we were just like, there's staff picks up there. We don't even have the weed anymore. You know what I mean? Like shit's wild. So I was like looking at the website like, fuck, we got to fix that. So I had Ashley do the staff picks today. And then we were looking for like a segment that we could consistently do on the podcast. We're going to do the pod pick. So What's your pod pick of the day?
For a product?
Any product.
Any product?
Pick a product, any product, bro.
I mean, it got to be the Honeycrisp.
The Honeycrisp.
Oh man.
The pod pick of the day is the Honeycrisp.
For me, I bought two of them today.
Two of them
Yeah.
today.
I bought two
but
of them
I will
today.
say the other day you bought how many?
30.
30.
That wasn't
Yo, Will
the.
was tight,
I know
son.
he was. He was mad at me.
Shout out to Will, the inventory manager. He's like, yo, bro. Is that a good Will impression?
Yeah,
yo, bro. What are you,
Why you didn't tell me, bro? I don't order that for you first.
For you, bro. Like,
Word. Now we got to get out the inventory.
Yeah. Now you know, because they're very popular.
They're
They sell out
delicious.
quickly. So it's
Yeah,
like,
they're
yo,
good.
let me know when you're trying to order 30
Word.
Honeycrisp, and I'll make sure that I put an order with our wholesaler.
Word,
Shout
no,
out
that's a
to
fact.
Avery.
And he did that. And so shout out to Will because he put that order in for me.
He
Made
did.
sure I got my 30.
That's a fact. 30 rack of heirloom Honeycrisp.
You feel me?
That's your pod pick.
Oh, yeah. Yep, all
Love it.
day.
All right, Scotty, what's your pod pick?
It's the piff, man. It's
Piff.
the haze, man. Like
The
Yeah.
ethical
It's fire.
organics piff.
everyone needs to try it. If you smoked haze back then,
Yep.
you need to try this.
For
one.
sure.
It's really haze.
It is.
It
You know how-
is.
you know
It
how
is.
I'm-
It
I'm
is,
so
bro.
skeptical.
Me
I'm
too.
so, like,
Me too.
just like, nah.
Yo, and there is.
Like-
Listen, I will say this. All right, we got Urban Extracts has the A Train and the Wander Bread. We're gonna talk about hazes, and they both have.
They're reminiscent.
They have
In the
they have
ballpark.
it
The nose
going.
is there.
The nose
Yeah.
is there. And on the breakup, the terps are there.
Yep.
It's just the flavor on the hit isn't like it's lingering, but it ain't like, oh yeah.
It's not punching you like the haze used to.
The ethical organics, when you hit that shit, you taste it like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, and you
That's
know
for sure.
that's a big part of the smoking experience.
Right.
But I will say that the highs on the Water Bread,
The Urbans,
they're
valid.
It's valid.
Totally valid.
Totally worth smoking.
Yeah.
I do smoke it.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
say
I bought
no
both of
good.
them.
Yeah,
Like I've
both
spent my
of them.
money
That's
on
really
both of
haze,
them.
too.
I like
Yeah,
it.
they're
haze,
really
too.
haze. They are.
Let's act like
Yep.
it's not haze because it really is.
And
It's
then,
really haze, too.
yeah, I want to create a haze section, and like I'd even put like the platinum life breath.
Throw
in
the
there,
platinum for show in
platinum
there.
in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Put the
for sure.
and the new Mac
Well, you
Vanilla.
know, Blue Dream has haze lineage.
Yeah,
too,
Blue Dream
you know,
does have
like-
haze lineage. It does. That's why it was one of my favorites.
You were saying about the new
Yeah,
Macnilla?
the new Mac Vanilla has some hazy kind of.
I haven't gotten to the new one
Have
yet.
you tasted the new one yet? The new Mac
I
Vanilla,
have not.
dude.
I was said that the other day. I
So
need
I'm not
that.
the biggest fan of Mac 1 to begin with.
Yeah.
Miracle Alien Cookies.
Yeah, Miracle Alien Cookies.
There's
yeah.
nothing against that strain. You know, people like different things. Some people
Yeah.
like cognac. Some people like rum. You know.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah.
like different things. And that's not my favorite profile, so you know, it was never. But that new batch of Macnilla looks
Yeah,
so
it's-
good.
it
looks
is.
incredible.
It does,
like,
it does.
and people love Macnilla. I'm
Yeah,
just not the
people
biggest fan of the Mac
love the
Terps.
Mac Vanilla. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I did not try that one.
Try it. I'll tell you.
I'ma
it's a
try that
little-
one
It's
for
a
sure.
little like I was very surprised.
Yeah?
Yeah, this time around too, because I feel the same. I was like, I'm a sativa dude, and it's like a high THC sativa, so I wanted to love it.
Check it. Right.
So I wanted to love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
And like I just did. I was like, yeah, it's cool. And,
Okay.
And the fucking customers love it. They smoke the
Right.
shit
Oh
out of
yeah,
that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Everyone
I loved
loves
it.
Macnilla. Everyone loves Macnilla.
Yeah,
It's
everyone
just
loves
personal
Mac Vanilla.
preference.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I
It's the
dig.
way
I,
Right,
I
for sure.
dig, man. But this new batch.
Yeah, no. So you just sold me. Now I'm gonna buy that this week.
So for me, the pod pick is going to be the MFNY live resin cards. So I would say the super runts probably out of all of
Okay.
them. I'm on the banana, whatever one right now.
Oh, the honey banana.
Honey
yeah.
banana. That shit is fucking
Yeah, we
excellent.
don't
I think
have
that's
that
my
one.
favorite one,
We
too.
need
Yeah,
that one,
yeah,
though.
that shit is super tasty. I got it. They gave me one the other day when I was visiting the farm. But the super runts. I know we have that. That shit is like
That shit
that's
blew
the
my
pot
mind.
pick.
Right.
The
Talk
terps
about
on that
runts
shit.
terps, oh my
yeah,
God.
talk about runts terps. Yep.
Straight candy gas
Facts.
terps. It's
So yeah, man.
That's a fact.
I just want to say I appreciate y'all hanging out after work.
Yeah, of course.
On a fucking Tuesday.
You already know. I've been trying to not yawn into the mic and shit.
Turning up on a Tuesday. You guys just worked the whole shift and then came through and talked fucking terps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to make the new like fucking adjective terpy. So I'm trying to make that a thing. Like terpy, everything's got to be terpy. That's not terpy shit. That's just mad terpy. Like if it's good.
Yeah.
If it's good.
Instead of saying dang.
Yeah.
I noticed that you've been trying to make that a thing for some time now. I've heard you saying that word.
Now I'm officially putting it on record.
Okay, all right,
I'll put it on record.
So if it does become a thing, then you can go back to this and say, hey.
Yo, I was saying that shit back in 2023. I said terpy's gonna be the new shit. We're trying to write weed culture.
That's a fact. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, everyone, thanks for tuning in to Stage 1 Podcast. From stoop to store, legacy to legal. Peace.
I be on that OG, tell you about the OG, piling up the roaches, got me feeling rosy, higher than the notice, my shit ain't got no seats, I be on the green like Mario and Yoshi. Mario and Yoshi.